Dishonored Definitive Edition. Just a sec while I check these particulars once again. Okay. As I said, we're back with some more Dishonored Definitive Edition. When we last left off, we ended up getting cut off by internet issues. Just hoping they won't rear their ugly head once again. But we were in the process of roaming around Brigmore Manor to find Delilah, her study, this lantern, they spoke of it. Stop her from doing what she's trying to do right now, which is apparently take over, if that sister was to be believed, take over the mind of Emily Colvin. You folks like what you see and want to see more of me, give me a like, follow, and subscribe here on YouTube or both. Drop a comment, check out some of my other playlists, and wherever you folks happen to be, have yourselves a good morning, afternoon, evening, or night, and get comfortable. Let's get into this. Made it a point to save right where we literally got frozen. No, nothing else has happened.
No, don't make me eat anymore. I can't. Brother Marcus, I denounce the Abbey. Wandering gaze, lying tongue, restless hands, roving feet, rabbit. The 7 strictures are 7 lies. The High Overseer is the whelp of a wolfhound bitch. The 7 strictures are 7 lies. 7 lies. 7 lies.
So needless to say, he's scared.
What happened to you? I denounce the oracles. The oracles. They saw. The Caldwell girl is the key. The girl in the painting.
Where's Delilah?
What? Oh, go to sleep. Good Lord. What? Was she just coming for him, or did his scream call her? Like, man, game, come on, man. Wow. Wasted money on stun mines, at least on one. Overseer interrogation. I was unable to extract much from this one. He was well trained. Feeding him his former companions elicited mostly useless sounds and mess. I'll try again tomorrow, unless he becomes violently deranged, in which case I'll have little choice but to put him down. Excuse me. Have to put him down, huh? Like the dog he is, huh? Yeah. Overseer orders. Overseer Prodcliffe. That is a last name. Never heard it before. You are charged with surveillance of the Mutcherhaven district and surrounding estates. Mutcherhaven? Huh. I'll go with Mutcherhaven. Travel there immediately and report all findings to the office of the High Overseer. If any signs of organized heresy are uncovered, send for additional support. Do not attempt to handle the situation alone. Remember the strictures and you will not fail. Overseer Creighton. Excuse me. I have a funny feeling he remembered every stricture. And, yeah, he in trouble. Sustained rage. Your adrenaline takes slightly longer to cool down. Oh. So that's what that meant. Yeah, penalty is adrenaline takes less time to cool down, but you build up adrenaline faster. Meaning, when you use adrenaline, you don't stay in the adrenaline mode as long. That is horrible, horrible wording. Well, I'll leave her here. I have no doubt there's no reason for anybody else to come see her. Warning on corrupted bone charms. Well, gotta be careful with them things. They're corrupted for a reason. You are called Tank. Damage taken is reduced, but overall movement speed is reduced. Ugh. Well, I mean, it's legit. Tank. It is legit. Whoa. Oh, crap. There's a dog in here. Alright. Let's do it. Once again, I'll keep that save just in case things get real funny. Don't think they will, but...
I'm glad I found you. Is the painting of the void sealed?
Yes. I put the lantern back in Our Lady's studio. It'll be ready when she calls.
But I don't think Delilah will return this way. When she calls us, it will be to Dunwall Tower.
Probably true.
Evie, may I confess something to you? Promise not to tell the others.
Of course. You can always confide in me.
When I was in the studio, I painted the mark on my hand, just to see. It was foolish, I know, but I couldn't help myself.
Never be ashamed of your ambition. It's why she chose you.
Thank you. Your words are always exactly what I need, Evie. If only my birth sisters had been more like you.
Well, if they had, they'd still be alive, wouldn't they?
And then you find out, oh, they just didn't like you, so you murdered them. All because you were in your feelings. Yep. I have a real bad feeling this dog is just watching me, but letting me do this until I back away from it. Right. I'll take the no for 200, Alex. Remember serves. Those release incendiary bolts. Ooh, boy. This room kills me every time. Why? Very simple. Traps everywhere. What? Oh, okay. Shit. I have a feeling I don't want to be in here yet. We'll see. Nuh-uh. Delilah's journal. Now that the painting is finished, I will, excuse me, I will sit in young lady Emily's skin and wear her face like a mummer's mask. Havelock and his lick spittles will put the child on the throne, but it is me they will be crowning, Delilah, the kitchen girl from Dunwall Tower. They called me Sokolov's apprentice, but whose paintings reach through to the spirit? Mine. They will never know their blunder, but I will be sure to whisper it into their ears at their executions. My followers will bear the lantern to the gallery in order to open the way to the void. There I will use the painting to complete the ritual. My walk into Emily's flesh must be undisturbed. The ritual has other uses which I will explore over time. Any image made by my hand could serve as the focal point for the spell. I imagine one of my enemies as a still life imprisoned in a bowl of fruit without amusement. Hold up. Ritual has other uses which I will explore over time. Any image made by my hand could serve as the focal point for the spell. Interesting. Could you potentially trap people in inanimate objects? Or be trapped in inanimate objects? Could I turn you into a building? Could I fuse you with the planet?
So Delilah wants to use Emily to become Empress.
Interesting. The howl from beyond. Is that what that sound is? As Gregory and Aliyah crouched in the dark of the upper hall, they could hear the thing drawing close. It had followed them from the forest through the garden and into the house. Sorry about that. Now, as they leaned against the wall, exhausted and terrified, they could hear it coming up the stairs. Moving slowly, it scraped along. Exposed bone dragging across wood and carpet. A ragged painting foretold its passage as dead air was pushed through a throat eaten away with rot. Reaching a grim conclusion, Aliyah swallowed, her face went slack, and she gave Gregory a final glance before plunging through the window glass into the moonlight and night air. At the sound of her delicate body smashing against the cobblestone below, Gregory let out a keening moan, and as he did, his voice was matched by an unearthly howl from the stairwell and the rapid scratching of clawed feet rushing up toward him. Oh, damn. A zombie? It's honestly what it sounds like. A work of P.J. Stokerworth? As in what was it, Bram Stoker? The Fugue Feast. I think we came across this in the main game. And if we did, Dow hasn't. Well, them dogs in there screeching. I'll go ahead and grab this for now. The lantern is apparently used to open the gate through one of Delilah's paintings. Yep. Interesting. A dog with a bad nose. I'll take it. Zing what? You didn't see me. There's no need for you to zing. I love just being able to lean out like this.
Did your new sister settled in yet? Was she last, I wonder?
Please. I'm sick of hearing about it.
Oh shit. That was out of nowhere. I came in and heard one of them poured in and I'm like, ooh, who was that? It's gonna drop down there. Just as I was about to, she comes turning, she turns around. You have horrible. I don't know, what would they call it? Vertical, horizontal vision? I don't know. I mean, woman, I'm literally in front of you. Oh, shit. Three of them. Huh. Oh, that's the key to that door. We came at it from this side and we couldn't get in there. Interesting. So the way forward was over here. I mean, it's not surprising when you think about it, but you know, didn't know it. Right, because we went straight up. Deviated, that's what threw me off. Went straight up because our friends out here were watching us. Yes. I remember the trouble. It was funny, I think I actually got the lyrics for that song. It's crazy because how could I ever forget? What happened to her? She didn't fall through anything. Did she teleport in and die, or was she attacked or something, or was she sick? I wonder if they get rat plague. Oh, she sleep. Damn, bitch. Okay. It ain't got nothing to do with me. I didn't put you there. I'm not gonna leave somebody like that. That's what's known as witnesses, children.
Someone who's not supposed
Beautiful.
to be here.
Someone sure ain't.
My dear
Their name is
sister has
Delilah.
wandered away from here.
Alright. Hey, never mind. I thought you ladies were trying to have yourselves a chatty poo. Oh. Okay.
I'll watch for our enemies. There's someone here. I know it.
Alright, well, what do you really know? Risky, boy. Risky. Quite risky. Okay. Thought y'all actually had something useful to say. Or at least useful / interesting, rather. You know, I think about it, and I don't know why I'm collecting loot. Because if I'm correct, I think this is it.
It pains me that I cannot be at Delilah's side during the final moments of the ritual. She's alone. What if something goes wrong? Who will help her? Doesn't it worry you?
You underestimate our great lady's resourcefulness. She is not alone. Not entirely.
The statues. Of course.
They're more than statues. She's put her will in them. And in the void, their power is much greater. Do not fret, sweet Tilda. Lady Delilah needs you to be strong and steadfast. This is no time to wilt like a summer daisy.
I won't. Forgive me, sister. You're right.
I'll give it to Delilah, boy. The world's first surveillance cameras, real talk. And it's the best kind of surveillance camera. It's a camera that's connected to your own brain, so nobody can spoof the footage. All right. No, you good? Yep.
Sisters has wandered away from here.
Sure has. I don't need to see you coming back through her. Woo. How they just screech in with that teleporting, boy. Oh. Well, if you were waking up, yeah, I doubt that's gonna really be a problem for me anymore. And if you do wake up, we'll see if you can still do numbers. Cool. What was that? Oh. Let's try not for a second. See now how whatever. Still, we get to bear witness to some of Delilah's childhood skill. Fascinating. 10 out of 10. Would bear witness to again. Such poetry. It's as if my very soul is leaving my body for some mysterious reason. Would you look at that? Ah, yes, indeed. One hopes she feels it necessary to follow the laws of equivalent exchange. Huh. You know, setting aside the potential nonsense, you look at some of this stuff and she may well actually follow those laws. She to an extent, she obviously doesn't expect something from nothing. I mean, most of this is probably literally just nonsense. But hey, if not, look at that. It still glows, but I mean, it glows here, so that don't really count. If memory serves, that's from this processed whale oil. Delilah's notes. Bromide. Oh, nope. Brunhilde come. Oh, Brunhilde. Oh no, it is Brunhilde, not Brunhilde. Okay, interesting. I'm not used to hearing it as Brunhilde. Usually it's Brunhilde, obviously spelled slightly different for, you know, obvious reasons, but yeah. Brunhilde, come to me. Yeah, Brunhilde came to me last night while I was in my study in the West Wing, finishing the ritual painting of young Lady Emily. She informed me that one of our girls allowed herself to get caught and interrogated at Coldridge Prison. Nevertheless, it seems Dowd is oblivious to my plans. If you were smart, you would have slit my throat while I slept. Is this supposed to be her heraldry or supposed to be heraldry for something older? Excuse me. Or is this supposed to be the Brigmore heraldry? I didn't even think about that. Either way, let's get it started. Or ended, whichever one fits. Set the lantern near the painting. Bet you make you wonder what happened if somebody else shows up and sees this thing here. Fascinating. Like I said, chick is dangerous. It's all kinds of creepy and powerful, but it's impressive. Where it opened, I entered. And where I entered, she never left. The void, Delilah's masterwork. Delilah and her coven are planning something that threatens everyone across the Empire of the Isles. Infiltrate the ruins of Brigmore Manor and stop Delilah. Figured it was initially going to give us a bit of a different one, but I have no problem rereading that for this current circumstance.
You have many talents, Dowd, and they've served you. Delilah's talents are quite different. She creates images, but she does more. She captures spirit. She insinuates her will into her subject, whatever it is. We're witnessing her masterpiece, and perhaps yours as well. I gave you Delilah's name, and you followed it to this moment. You see now what hangs in the balance. Emily's life, Delilah's ambition, an empire in the act of crumbling. In your long life, I've rarely seen you act with such consummate grace. I give my marks sparingly, and I don't play favorites, but I will watch this with unusual attention.
No doubt. Notice he said on whatever she wants, not whoever. Setting aside the fact that we dealt with a lantern that she had effectively given power. That proves she can supply power to inanimate objects and potentially latch souls onto them. Dangerous woman.
The void.
Dangerous individual, period.
Time to see what you've got, Delilah.
This reminds me of Oblivion. The first Elder Scrolls game. When you actually go to... Was it... I'm trying to remember the name of the place. Excuse me. Because it wasn't Oblivion you went to. But you went to a place, it was like a garden, it was beautiful. And you faced somebody. I want to say it was the main antagonist of the game. Slipping. You don't even know somebody's here. That's cute.
Emily Caldwin, daughter of Jessamine Caldwin, heir to the Empire of the Isles. I call out to you from the void. I call you with ochre from Morley, carmine beetle shells, zirconin lazurite, viridian bile. The tones of your flesh I tempered with Pandician chalk. The same loom that spun the fabric of your dresses made this canvas. I made my brushes from the hairs of your own scalp. Emily, you cannot ignore me. My power is too deep. My reach too long.
Respect on her. She wasn't playing. She went for everything that could have her soul connected to it. Anything that could be connected to her presence in a consistent manner.
Brush touches paint. Brush touches canvas. Brush touches void. And now I see you, Emily Caldwin. I breathe your breath. I can feel what you do.
I don't know if I should stop this.
I feel the cold night air of the ruin where you sleep, and the stink of the river. Image strikes the eye touches the mind touches the world.
I'll let this go through.
Your love for Corvo Attorney, and your lost mother, for your caretaker, Callista. I feel your fear in the night, your hunger to learn, to become someone important. My hunger too. My fear. You are becoming mine. We are nearly finished.
Not watching the pain.
Close your eyes, Emily. Sleep forever. Feel the void open beneath you. Make room for me. Give in to me, Emily. Give in to me now. Paint flows. Blood flows. Life goes. Out with the old, in with the new. You've lived in these bones long enough, sweet young girl. It's done. Goodbye, Emily Caldwin. Last of your name, gone into nothing. And welcome, Delilah the First, Empress of the Isles. It's over, Dowd. My reign begins now, and it shall not end!
I actually wasn't sure if that would be an actual thing. That's cool. I'm like, what, were you asleep? Excuse me.
last part of Delilah's ritual. Just gibberish.
Emily
Ah, no.
Coldwin, daughter of Jessamine
Interesting.
Coldwin,
So they
heir
can
to the
get
Empire of the
an
Isles.
assumption, a theory, a thought, a wisp. That's what happens.
I call you
Delilah's work. She's been busy.
Her branches
Would any
reach for
painting
me.
work for Delilah's ritual? I wonder, this painting might be useful.
Whose branches?
You cannot ignore me. My power is too deep. My reach too long.
Haha, it's him.
Brush touches paint. Brush touches canvas. Brush touches void.
Let me do this right here.
And now I see you, Emily Caldwin. I breathe your breath. I can feel what you do. The bright mornings in the pub. I feel the cold night air of the ruin where you sleep. And the stink of the river. Image strikes the eye.
8 months later.
Mine touches the void. I feel your love for Corvo Atama and your lost lover, for your caretaker, Callista. I feel your fear in the night, your hunger to learn, to become someone important. My hunger too, my fear. You are becoming mine. We are nearly finished. Close your eyes, Emily. Sleep forever. Feel the void open beneath you. Make room for me. Give in to me, Emily. Give in to me now. Paint flows. Blood flows. Life goes. Out with the old, in with the new. You've lived in these bones long enough. Sweet young girl. It is
Should've
complete.
Stole the picture,
I
saved,
am-
and then replaced it so it would be closer.
This is all wrong!
Why?
Am I becoming outsider's blood? Is this some trick? Code!
Bye. Now slash the painting. Make sure she can't come back. You don't need to kill her, just make sure she can't come back. Target rescued. Emily Caldwin. Gotta love it. Are you people serious with this? I already know what it is. Look at it. Without killing anybody. I knew it. Next is gonna be I beat the game on a difficulty that don't exist. Where have these achievements been? I don't know what's been going on ever since the Xbox One's dropped, but achievements have been kind of iffy. And I'm not even like an achievement hunter, but I'm like, if I do it and I know I'm actually supposed to get one, it's kind of weird. Either way, we've handled that, so let's move forward. Dowd's hideout. Everything is connected. Delilah's threat is ended. You made your choices. Come what may.
No one will ever know exactly what it took to save Emily Caldwin from a living death as Delilah's puppet. No one except the outsider, who watches everything and thinks his own dark thoughts and speaks to few in any generation. I've learned that our choices always matter.
to someone, somewhere. And sooner or later, in ways we can't always fathom, the consequences come back to us. I came from Serkonos to Dunwall as a boy, made my living as a killer, one of the few who've heard the outsider's voice. I murdered an empress, but saved her daughter, who will one day rule the Empire. Those were my choices. I'm ready for what comes.
Well, what's coming, Dowd? Damn. You ain't even give me the opportunity to fight
I
back.
have one more surprise for you.
Excuse
I
me.
asked for my life. When I killed your empress and took her daughter, something broke inside me. Now I want nothing but to leave this city and fade from the memory of those who reside here. I've had enough killing. So my life is in your hands. Make your choice.
You make an eloquent plea for a man with innocent blood on his hands. It's a shame Corvo doesn't know the real story, isn't it? How in these last days you passed through Coldridge Prison like a shadow, dared the tangles of Dunwall's underworld, and walked out unscathed, outwitted one of the greatest witches in a generation, all with consummate care and skill. How you saved Emily Caldwin, daughter of the Empress, first of her name, and no one will ever know. But how does it end for Dowd, the hired killer, the murderer, the savior of the Empire? It's up to Corvo now.
So... well, it is a mask to stare down. That's what's up. And there it is. He chose not to kill me. And yep, and there's that achievement that should already have happened. Jesus Christ. I will say, I always did like Corvo's outfit. That mask, again, that is something to stare down. Because then you got the lens on the right with all of the little zoom lenses. Like, is he using some sort of outsider crap to look into my soul? Nope. He's just eyeballing you and seeing where your fingers was in the last couple of days, whether or not they happen to be, you know, in your face or in your ears. But him choosing to not kill you, I'm not sure if that's just because of low chaos or because I actively chose to leave certain main things alone. Because I know for a fact, once again, if you play through the main game, for instance, you can kill every single one of your targets and things still turn out quite well, so long as you don't kill everybody else. Not much death will affect the chaos level a great deal, but your targets, I do want to say, they have greater chaos effects. You know what I'm saying? Obviously, they're the effective pillar of that community, so it stands to reason that they'd have some sort of effect to them. I always did like this DLC set. It was always a little short to me, especially when you consider the fact of how Dowd's abilities work. All the different abilities as well as the different variations of ability that already existed. Time alteration for blink, pull, summoning assassins, his dark vision not showing loot at first, but showing bone charms as well as being a completely different color. Not to mention, spoke to another viewer during another episode, and he actually mentioned something that was pretty interesting. Since Corvo was going for revenge, whereas Dowd was going for more peace, more of a calm choice, his thought was Corvo's dark vision was based more red, orange, you know, more in rage, anger, whereas Dow's was more peace, sadness almost. And it's actually quite plausible, especially when you think of how the outsider seems to function in this game so far. The witches were always an interesting set, especially with them having powers that like Dowd's assassins, but worse, honestly. So you have to keep more track of what it is they're gonna do. But having enemies that have to keep you on your toes because they have their own abilities as well. Oh yeah, I always love when games do that, especially if they do it correctly. Dishonored always did. So you know. Let's see now. Story for the Brigmore Witches was also pretty interesting. Dowd helping the Empress by proxy by helping her daughter to keep her soul so Dunwall and potentially much further beyond wouldn't be consumed by a an individual who was potentially or unpotentially wronged, hard to say, didn't clarify in this game. And who knows what she would really do. She's proven herself to be extremely ambitious, pulled herself up from literally nothing. So, stands to reason that she wouldn't keep herself in one nation, if for nothing else than to make sure other nations didn't try and wage war against her, or rather try to go against her sovereignty. So yeah, stopping her with nobody ever knowing, which, you know, fits the role of an assassin. If you know an assassin was doing something, the assassin made mistakes. Excuse me. Let me see now. Makes you wonder about the whole Brigmore Manor thing. That was quite a ways downstream, like probably 3-4 hour ride on that boat, and that boat was probably pretty quick for a little, what was it, like a little steamliner or something like that, a little steamboat, probably pretty quick. That means that they had to have lost a lot of territory, either over the course of potential decades or even centuries, depending on how long that manor has been abandoned. Especially if they were, and the reason why I mentioned it is because they were willing to send one member of the Abbey of the Everyman. One. No, they actually did send a few, but not enough to matter. You sent what, maybe 4 or 5 dudes? Did you send anybody with a box? With a music box? No, you didn't, more than likely. I didn't see a music box anywhere. And they never mentioned one. There's no way you sent these people with music boxes. More than likely, you told them to come out there, spit the strictures, grab their blades, make sure their masks was on tight, and get to work. And then you got them all fed to one guy. Masterful work. And then in the end, you'll probably still send more people out here to fall for the same trick and get a whole bunch of people killed. I almost wonder if Delilah didn't know the Brigmores or have some connection to them. Either way, it'll be interesting to potentially look more into the other stories and storylines that they have for the sequels. But that right there, folks, is going to be the end of Dishonored Definitive Edition. We'll be moving on to the sequel here before too long, so be on the lookout for that, Dishonored 2. If you folks like what you see and want to see more of me, give me a like, follow, subscribe here on YouTube or both. Drop a comment, check out some of my other playlists. Oh, right. You okay? Such pain. Empress Caldwin. Thank you for allowing me to sit at your grave while your daughter didn't murder me with her power-crazed assassin father. Wherever you folks happen to be, have yourselves a good morning, afternoon, evening, or night. And God bless you. It does irritate that that whole thing happened and I lost connection, so these videos were split up. I'd rather it wasn't. I'd rather it was more consistent for you folks. But you know, maybe you folks actually do like more split videos. I try to make it a point to where there's at least a mission, depending on what game I'm playing, at least a mission per episode. But if you folks would like a shorter span, you know, let me know. Catch you in the next one, folks.